And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. And well, there's been a lot of things that has taken place when I was away. I was away for literally 3 days, and it's like so much happened in that 3 day period. And we had the horrific Texas flood, which I think it was 27 people around that number tragically lost their lives at a Christian camp in the flood. And my heart and my prayers really do go out to those people. When I saw the information, I was just gutted. And man, it really does make you value and appreciate your life because you don't know what's going to happen on any given day. So hold those that you love close to you, and please be grateful for the life that you've got, because you never know when it's going to end. So the community in Texas that was really affected, they're hurting at the moment. So there was that piece of information. There was also the video that I made before this one, Tucker Carlson going and interviewing the president of Iran, which the internet blew up about that. And well, the piece of information that is by the way, Diddy apparently, he's found guilty on a lesser charge. So he's pretty much innocent in all the other charges. Nuts, right? Even though he's a monster, according to loads of people that know him. But, ladies and gentlemen, the big piece of information that is on a lot of people's minds at the moment is Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, the Jeffrey Epstein, that monster who died by, get this, ladies and gentlemen, suicide. So the FBI and the Justice Department have confirmed, they've done a review, they've confirmed that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't killed. He killed himself, evidently. And also the FBI and the Justice Department have reviewed the so-called client list that doesn't exist. There is no such client list. Interesting, isn't it? How you've gone from 1 minute saying we're going to release everything to the next minute we don't have anything. And by the way, it's a conspiracy theory now to think that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. So if you think that he didn't kill himself, you're a conspiracy theorist. But if you do think that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, good on you. You're on the right track. This story, man, it just seems wild and crazy. And I don't know about you, but I am not entirely happy that the list wasn't revealed because, I mean, why in the world was he charged and put in prison? Why in the world is Ghislaine Maxwell currently in prison? Like, if there was no list, what was he in fact guilty of in the first place, aside from, the trafficking of children to a island that he basically, used that island to have many of these rich and famous people go to. Apparently there's no list, there's no tapes, there's nothing to indict or implicate anyone famous or rich, which leads me to go, you know what? Because these people, there's probably some very, very powerful people. Oh, by the way, why is Prince Andrew no longer Prince Andrew? Why is he charged? Why for going to the island and under abuse claims? Why is he currently being charged? That makes no sense, does it? None of it makes any sense, I'll have you know. And it's very, very interesting to me how the US FBI and Justice Department are now going, there's no such thing as a client list. And you are now a conspiracy theory if you believe that Jeffrey Epstein didn't end his life. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Memo says investigators didn't find evidence to predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Strange, isn't it? How all of a sudden Jeffrey Epstein is actually innocent. There's no client list at all. He didn't have anyone rock up to his island. There are no tapes. So what were the things that Pam Bondi was reviewing exactly? What were the things that came across her desk? What was the binder? What was the folder that was given out? See, smokes and mirrors, ladies and gentlemen. And those people that are saying, oh, it indicts Israel, come off it. Everyone just wants to blame Israel. Honestly, I personally think the people on Jeffrey Epstein's client list, but Jay doesn't have a list, remember? He does. Damn well right he has a list, for goodness sake. Those people are very, very rich, very powerful, very influential. And if their names got released, man, all hell would break loose. I'd imagine there are people on the Republican side just as much as on the Democrat side. I think there is a lot that we don't know, and I do not believe for one second that it is all the fault of Israel, because that seems very highly low IQ and intellectually dishonest, if you ask me. A review of files held by the US government on the financier Jeffrey Epstein has said there is no secret client list to be released, and confirmed his August 2019 death by suicide while in federal custody, both of which contradict conspiracy theories. A memo said the Department of Justice, DOJ, and Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, review of the files, which has for years been teased as a treasure trove of information about a larger network of wrongdoing, concluded that no further charges are expected, as investigators did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Right. The Justice Department also released hours of footage taken from Manhattan's Metropolitan Correctional Center showing that no one entered or left the area where Epstein was held during, before, or after the time medical examiners concluded he took his life. You know, the thing is, in today's day and age, you can do pretty much anything with footage. You can edit the crap out of it. Like, so how do we know the footage that they've released is actually the footage, the real footage, and the unedited footage, the untampered with footage? Same Justice Department is coming out saying, yeah, there's no client list at all. So why was Epstein in prison? Oh, but Epstein had his own island that he trafficked his own people, and he had no one rock up to, even though Bill Gates knew him, photographs of him there. Like, countless people, famous people, very rich people, indeed. But there's no list. Can't possibly be. As part of our commitment to transparency, well, nah, don't believe you for 1 second now. The Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation have conducted an extensive or exhaustive review of investigative holdings related to Jeffrey Epstein, the DOJ said. It added that the review included digital searches of its databases, hard drives, and network drives, as well as physical searches of squad areas, locked cabinets, desks, closets, and other areas where responsive material may have been stored. The department said it had uncovered a significant amount of material, including more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence that included a large number of images of Epstein, images and videos of victims who are either minors or appear to be minors, and over 10,000 downloaded videos and images of illegal child, abuse material and other pornography. So you mean to tell me that it was all Epstein? Epstein was the one big bad guy. An entire island to himself that he trafficked minors, and there were no third-party people that were there that knew anything that was going on with Epstein. Is that what you're telling me? And that is the undeniable truth? Right. No further charges are expected in connection with the investigations into Epstein, the memo said, as investigators did not uncover, as we know. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, had previously promised the public release of scores of records related to Epstein, but an earlier release of documents did nothing to advance the conspiracy narrative that have emerged since his death. Soon after, the memo was made public by Axios and later by the independent journalist Jessica Reed Krause on Substack. Elon Musk voiced his disappointment, posting an image to the social media platform X. The official Jeffrey Epstein PDF file arrest counter set to 0. What's the time? Oh, look, it's no one has been arrested o'clock again. It's quite interesting to me how no one will be arrested. Why? Who are they protecting? That's what everyone wants to know. Who are the ones that are being protected now by the DOJ and the FBI? And Trump claimed to be the president of transparency, the American people. Now the American people are, guess what, going, this just makes it worse. I'm an Aussie, and I'm looking at this going, you're just making things a hell of a lot worse, man. This is not transparent. This is bullshit. This is lies. I can see it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't watched my show, if you guys watch my show, you know that I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I try as much as I possibly can to get to the truth. But this, man, something doesn't sit well with me. It ain't right, is what it is. But anyway, that's enough from me. But you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.